Hey everyone, my name is Kevin, and today I want to talk to you about how Postman can be used as the backend for a Slack bot through the power of Postman monitors and their integrated webhooks. As someone with a background in content creation and also gaming, my first thoughts were, hey, let's make a Twitch bot. Postman could partner with Twitch and that would be pretty fun. Finding a place where my hobby of games and content creation could intersect with APIs sounded perfect. One of the initial challenges with this project was determining how to trigger a collection to automatically run with some kind of event, and in this case that event would be a slash command in Slack. Digging around, I had eventually found Postman Joyce's video on webhooks, which I come to find out are actually Postman monitors underneath. This should theoretically allow me to run the requests that I had created when the Slack bot uses this URL. Slash commands are created very easily from the Slack API website, and you can attach a request URL, which is our Postman webhook, that will be used when the command is triggered. Now our issue is figuring out how to make the monitor run only specific requests that belong to the fired command's logic. By default, Postman monitors will try to run an entire collection and typically on a schedule. Thankfully, we can see additional information in the webhook's request body, which would include the command's name and any additional parameters that we had supplied. Monitors seem to run the first request from the top in your collection first, so I wrote some code in the pre-request script of this request to get these parameters and store them as a variable. Then, in the test script section of this request, I included a check to determine what the command name was, and if it didn't match what I was looking for, I would send it to the correct location with postman.sendNextRequest. And now, this is the core of our bot. We have a way to trigger requests in our Postman collection, which is the combination of a Slack slash command and a Postman monitor slash webhook. To better organize our project, I broke up our requests into folders. These folders can be seen as a combination of a single command's logic. For example, this command is getting a Twitch channel's info and posting it to a Slack channel. First, we issue our command twchannel and the channel name of getPostman. This is sent over the webhook that we had created and through our checks. This Postman request uses the Twitch API to get users by the username that we provided, puts together JSON block data with the help of Slack's block kit builder, that is what comprises a message response, and then moves on to the next request defined in postman.setNextRequest. For this command, I wanted to show both the user information, their channel information, what game they are or were playing, and also their stream status, which is whether or not they are online or offline. This requires calls to 4 different endpoints on Twitch's API. At the end of this chain, I issue the send channel info post request, which uses our Slack bot's webhook to post the message content to Slack, and then I set the next request to null, which ends the monitor's execution. To also show that we can run multiple commands, I've created an additional 2 commands that exist entirely in their own folders with their own scripts. Back in the topmost request in our collection, if the command name does not match what is defined, it goes to a switch statement and sends it to the correct request for that command. With this command, I took on the additional challenge of making a request that uses pm.sendRequest to send another request to a separate API to get the summary of a game. This command returns the top 10 currently most watched games on Twitch at the moment, combines them into a table with the box art, title, and game summary before posting it neatly into Slack. Now, depending on how you enjoy being stuck for a few hours trying to figure out how to handle the asynchronous send request function in a more synchronous manner, that kind of took some work. Thankfully, Postman.sivcan had put together a collection that demonstrates just how to do this for us. Now that our bot is complete, it's easy to add additional commands through registering commands on Slack, creating new folders, adding additional command logic to them, and then finally defining those command names in our switch statement to redirect to the correct requests. Some of the key things that I learned from this project include how to handle OAuth 2.0 and also how to handle refresh tokens through a collection-wide pre-request script. I also learned a lot more about Postman monitors and just how easily you can make a mistake and use up your entire month's limit of 1,000 Postman monitor requests on February 2nd, as well as handling async functions in a more synchronous manner. If you're interested in setting up this bot and trying things out for yourself, check out the Twitch Slack bot collection on the published Postman templates workspace. Now, while this template is focused on Twitch, the core of it can actually be used for any API where you'd want to use Slack to execute Postman requests.